Hey guys, it's Bree. I hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about The Two of Them by Joanna Russ. If you've been around, you have known that I love Joanna Russ. I sometimes struggle with her works because she gets very abstract, but overall I find her empowering. The main character is a woman named Irene who, along with her partner Ernest, kind of are a sort of world hopper. It's not quite sure the exact nature of their transportation is, whether it's some sort of time hopping or planet hopping or multiverse hopping. But she is the only woman who works for her organization. Her partner Ernest is also her lover, and together they go around and survey and occasionally interfere in other worlds. Irene ran away from home as a small girl, just 16, basically right into Ernest's arms. He is significantly older and has been a kind of mentor and tutor to her as well as lover. In this particular instance, they have gone to what appears to be a pretty regressive world. The women are so augmented, so like heavily breasted and heavily hipped that they can no longer stand straight. The young girls are not just repressed, but told that their only real recourse in life is to be beautiful and have babies. They can't participate in any kind of intellectual decisions, let alone something like the arts. When they attempt to break these rules, they're called mad and locked up in isolation cells with basically no bathroom or regular light source in horrible, horrible conditions. Irene sees this and sees a really spunky young girl and can't for the life of her leave this small child in a world that won't embrace her. So Irene does a kind of negotiated kidnapping in which she takes the young girl away with her and Ernest. And in doing so, she reveals a lot about herself and Ernest that she had thought was otherwise. She had thought herself and Ernest to be both very enlightened, progressive feminists. And considering that her life is so much better than it was when she was 16 years old in 1950, it has some elements of truth. But she's learning that that relationship is significantly more complicated. I had to read the first 3 or 4 pages twice before I kind of got my head around what was going on. But I will say that overall, once I got this story going, I was captivated. Irene is frustrated and kind of angry and wants so much more for the world. Wants the ability to have saved herself and her mother and to have changed the world she was born into. And knowing that she can't, she's trying to do that in other places. And I found this not only really relatable, but just something so very honest. There's a truth in that, and you can see it in almost every feminist novel ever written. Zubedea, which is the young girl, is still so willing to believe that she will be the exception. She's like 10 years old and wants to believe that her high-powered father sees her differently than he sees the other woman, but he doesn't. And your heart breaks for her. Your heart breaks for Irene wanting so much more for this little girl. And when Irene starts to realize how much nuance there is in her own relationships, your heart breaks all over again. I couldn't help it. I devoured this book. If you have read The Two of Them, let me know what you think. I think there is a lot to be talked about this book. I hope you're having a fantastic reading week. Talk to you tomorrow.